This is Crimson Ravyn, and today I'm going to do a book haul for the month of February. Basically, I bought like 100 books in both February and January, so I thought I might as well do a book haul. So, if you are seeing me in the same clothes that I was wearing in January book haul, it is because I'm filming these two videos in the same night. Yes, I film videos in night. Yes. So in the month of February, I bought like two categories of books. One is like spiritual, and the other is fiction. So in fiction, I bought like mainstream fiction, and the second genre would be the gothic fiction. So I think I would start with the fiction book first, because fiction is like everyone's forte, I would say. Everyone loves fiction, and the first book I bought in fiction category is The Diary of a Young Girl by Anne Frank. This is a collection of diary entries written by this young girl called Anne Frank, who was basically a child, and this she describes the life during World War II and Holocaust movement of by Nazis, to be precise. So I was interested to read this book, and that is why I got it. The second book I got is Andersens Fairy Tales by Hans Christian Andersen, and yes, I am a sucker for fairy tales, so I bought this book. The thing that I would like to mention here is that these fairy tales are the toned down version of the Grimm tales, which were written by Grimm brothers, and I wanted to do this research of Grimm tales versus fairy tales by filtered version, and maybe I'll write something about them. Maybe I got in the gothic fiction category is The Phantom of the Opera. This thing right here, I have watched the movie. I loved it. I have heard the song, like 1,000 different versions of the song, the title song, The Phantom of the Opera, and I love it to death. But finally, I decided to read the book. So, according to the excerpt, the blurb here, it says, living secretly beneath the Paris Opera House, the Phantom of Opera, Eric has haunted those who work there with his demands and shrouded the opera house in fear with the legend of his disfigured face. When Christine joins the company, Eric is instantly smitten and secretly teaches her to become a great singer. He soon develops an obsessive love for his beautiful protégée, resulting in a tragic and terrifying chain of events. One of the most well-loved gothic horror series, Leroux's suspenseful tale of unrequited love, passion, and tragedy is both dark, moving in its portrayal of Eric, the anti-hero, and is yearning for Christine. So, having been watched the movie first, I think I'm going to love this book a lot, and I'm just excited to read this one. We'll see when I read it. The third book in the gothic fiction category that I got is The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald. Spiritual books, and I got 4 spiritual books, which is like compared to fiction books, I guess the same amount. Yes, it is the same amount. So I got 4. The first spiritual book I got is this Warrior Goddess Training by Heather Shamara. It is basically the book which describes the life of a woman, like the life of women and how they can do well in their life in spiritual ways. It is not exactly spiritual traditional wise, but it also inculcates Buddhism, Toltec tradition, which is like, the tribe in, I think it is one of the Mexican tribes, if I'm not wrong. And it also inculcates ancient earth-based goddess spirituality in this book. So I So what I do when I want to get a book is I first look at the Kindle sample, and then I look at the index of a book. And the index of this book really intrigued me. It has like commit to yourself, align with life, purify your vessel, ground your being, and free your past, energize your sexuality and creativity, strengthen your claim your strength and ignite your will. And then it talks about opening your heart, speaking your truth, embodying your wisdom, and choosing your path. So basically it is right up my alleys, and so I got this book which I intend to read like soon, really soon. Next, I got this book, which is Bhagavad Gita as viewed by Swami Vivekanand, and I when I say that I owe my life to Swami Vivekananda's work, I am not exaggerating it, because I think his work has a lot of Shakti, and that essence, like that spiritual essence that we have, he he gets it. He gets it 101. And I wanted to read Gita, but I was not sure which translation to go with. So when I saw this book, I immediately got it, and I just can't wait to start this one. And also, yes, one, I know that there is a translation by Aurobindo, but since I think it is like a giant behemoth in itself, so I'm going to start with this one because I love Swami Vivekanand. Speaking of Swami Vivekananda, and I got another of his books which is called Meditation and Its Methods, and it talks about what meditation is from a yogic perspective, and what meditation entails from the Vedanta perspective, and some things about Swami Vivekananda himself, and his commentary on the process of meditation. So I'm definitely interested to read this, because I have been meditating since like a decade now. So I definitely want to go the traditional way now, and not the new age way. So I want to read this. Book I got is Flowers on Path by Sadhguru, and like every other book that I purchase, I read it some free sample on Kindle first before buying it. I loved it, so I bought it. It has like three categories or parts in which the book is divided. The first category is called Everyday Flowers. The second category is Flowers on the Path, and the third category is Flowers of the Beyond. So, having read this free sample on Kindle, I really liked this book, and I wanted to read more from Sadhguru's perspective. So I bought this book. So that was it for February book haul. I hope that you enjoyed this book haul, and I will see you in the next video.